Today I'm joined by a special guest who is the founder of Jazz House KiDS, a Montclair, New Jersey-based nonprofit organization dedicated to transforming lives through the power and legacy of jazz. Melissa, alongside her husband, Grammy-winning bassist Christian McBride, has led Jazz House KiDS in creating opportunities for learning and career development for children through world-class education and performances. Welcome, Melissa, and thank you for joining me today.
Thank you. Thank you for having me. What a
Yeah,
pleasure.
let's get right into it. So tell me, what inspired you to start Jazz House KiDS?
I think this American art form called jazz is such a powerful and an exciting teaching tool. And as a singer, I have been struck by the global nature of this music to transform lives. And I think when you put it in the hands of young people, they're able to get the artistic edge. They're able to really dig in at a challenging time as young people and just harness all the benefits that it has, from graduation to having peers to honing the skills of the 21st century and just really having a place to have joy, a tribe. And bring meaning to their life. So, it was just easy to see that jazz was that musical art form that could bring so much to young people.
You do all of these great things. I'm pretty sure there were challenges getting this all started. What were some challenges that you faced or has the program faced?
Sure. Well, Jazz House is now in its 21st year. And so, over 20 years ago, there weren't a lot of programs. They were certainly at a collegiate level, but not at these early years were there programs like ours. So in the beginning, it was just Jazz House what? Doing what? For whom? Who likes jazz? I mean, there was a lot of challenges just around the art form itself. And would kids have an interest in this art form that sometimes is seen as complicated, difficult to understand? But the truth of the matter is, jazz is exactly what young people love. It gives them on the bandstand. They are part of a community, but they also have their own unique voice and they're able to tell their story. And so just getting an understanding of how this music would be important. And the last reason is that Jazz House does so many things, and we do jazz in every way possible for 365 days a year. And we're doing it with adults, young people, in classrooms, in the community, in the schools, everywhere. And I think that was another challenge. So just being understood. Now they see the impact of this organization.
And one of your programs that really I found very interesting is the Chica Power residency program, which focuses on empowering girls through jazz. Can you tell us a little bit about that program?
Well, first of all, it was started because, if you were to ask most people, tell me if you were to look at a jazz band, who do you expect to see? Most people would say they expect to see boys, they expect to see men. But the reality is, young girls and women have been contributing to this music forever, and they have a voice and they have something to say, and this music is for them. So we decided over a decade ago to start this program that would teach young girls and give them a community so they could rise and improvise. And I think one of the important pieces of this is for young girls in their teenage years, we are seeing a precipitous decline in their confidence level. 30 to 40% in those teenage years. Why is that? And so putting a program around them and giving them peers as well as leaders who look like them and a place so they could hone their skills out of the bright light where they don't have to worry about how they feel in front of their peers and their male counterparts has allowed us to have this rich environment. And let me tell you, they are rising and improvising. Since we started that program, we've seen a 250% increase in the number of young women in this program. And you're starting to see it on the bandstand in professional fields.
That's really great. And you organize events, concerts, and so forth, which I believe helps in community building. So let's talk a little bit about that. What has been your experience when you organize these events, and could you elaborate on the significance of community building through these events that you put together?
You know, that's the fourth pillar. Jazz House is all about providing access, learning, career development, and community building. So the community building is really the coming together of absolutely everything we do. And for that to happen, and for musicians and emerging talent to grow, you need to perform. It doesn't matter how much you practice. Of course, actually, it does matter, but it's really about getting out there on the bandstand. And what you can do is bring community together. So we are able, our biggest event is the Montclair Jazz Festival each summer. It is the largest festival in the tri-state region, reaches, close to 30,000 people. It's a free festival. So we can do everything that Jazz House believes in, providing access, employing musicians, having apprenticeship opportunities. We can be an economic driver in our community and drive dollars. We can be a convener of all different cultures, and we can preserve and advance this art form. So a live performance is key to absolutely everything we do.
And in terms of accessibility, is the program, or are your programs available to people everywhere and all people, or is there a specific group of people that could have access to their programs?
Well, our in-person education programs are in New Jersey and now in New York. So we are located in Montclair, New Jersey, that's northern New Jersey, and we serve about 50 to 60 school districts. Young people, almost any age. We have a pre-K program. Most of our young people come around 10 years old. Instrumental and vocal, we will see them all the way through the graduation, and then our Giant Steps career development program takes place. And then adults, all levels. Kids are not turned away from the Jazz House because we have a level for them. We now have in Lower Manhattan, thanks to a collaboration with Trinity Church Wall Street, we've opened up another program. And that is a free program in Lower Manhattan that serves all 5 boroughs. It's a middle school and high school program. Our summer program is kind of one of the crown jewels, and that we will see young people from across the United States and internationally each and every summer come to the Jazz House Summer Workshop. It happens on the campus of Montclair State University. And then our performances, so those are all in-person programs. But our performances, almost all of them, are streamed live, our Montclair Jazz Festival, as well as our series that we do in collaboration with Trinity Church Wall Street. Those programs are online. They reach something like over 500,000 people a year online. So we are trying to be as global as we can. There are jazz lovers all around this world, and we love that we're able to bring them to the Jazz House.
And in terms of some of the barriers, I was thinking about one of the barriers for many parents who want to send their children to learn music or something similar to that is money. They can't afford the instruments, and they can't afford to pay for classes and things like that. Let's talk about things like tuition assistance. How does Jazz House Kids strive to break down some of these financial barriers and provide opportunities for those students or parents who might be facing economic challenges?
Absolutely. Well, first of all, you're really hitting upon what is foremost important to Jazz House, and that's providing access. In 21 years, I am proud to say we have never turned a young person away. Our doors are always going to be swinging wide open. And we have seen the pendulum swing from tuition assistance needs being in the 20 and 30% to last summer, our program reached close to 60% of our young people were receiving some level of tuition assistance. There's a lot for families to juggle these days. We know it. People are getting sick, parents are our needs of our grandparents, going to school. Having these enrichment opportunities are expensive and can be burdensome. And we want to make sure that no young person is not at the Jazz House for that reason. And so we do our very best, thanks to many, many of our supporters who really make sure that we have the funds necessary. Because when we give kids these tools, they have the tools to succeed in the 21st century. We know it, we've seen it time after time. So there's not a student that we will not do. Not only will we help them financially, but when they need transportation or they need other kinds of support in their family, we're going to be there as best that we can. We have a tremendous team that goes out of their way, above and beyond, to make sure that they see every young person and provide whatever it is needed to make sure that they can come to the Jazz House and participate.
So lastly, because we're out of time, how can individuals like myself or the community out there support the mission of Jazz House Kids?
That's of course one of my favorite questions, because I think the Jazz House, this organization in Jazz House, has really excelled because of all the people that come to this organization each and every day. They give of their time, their talent, and their treasure. And so you can visit us on jazzhousekids.org. You can find me personally at mwalker@jazzhousekids.org. Please write me. Please visit us and see what we're doing. There's a place for people to volunteer. There's a place for adults to dust off their instruments and get back to playing. There's a place for young people where we will make sure there is a welcome and safe and nurturing home for them to explore this music. And of course, join us on our many, many performances. The Montclair Jazz Festival 15th anniversary is in September. And each and every month we are doing performances. So, check us out online, get in touch with us, and we'll make sure that we can bring you into our community, because we are better, because just like this music, we are better with our fans. And the same goes for the Jazz House.
Thank you so much, Melissa Walker, founder of Jazz House Kids, a New Jersey-based nonprofit organization dedicated to transforming lives through the power and legacy of jazz. Thank you for joining me.
Thank you so much for having me. What a pleasure and an honor.
You're welcome anytime. Thank you.